During my youth, I first came across bullying when I joined Bagathi Road Primary School. And I was the first case of bullying. I was not the victim, but I was the bully. We used to stay at Adams Arcade, the junction of Kirichwa Road and Ngong Road. There are these four houses which are called Tropical Hospital or something, next to Morning Star building. We used to stay there, and my father would drop me at City Mortuary roundabout, and I would go all the way to Mbagathi Hospital, which is next to my primary school, Bagathi Road Primary School. The first few weeks, I would use the same road, but one day I decided at least to use my GPRS and try to locate how I could reach near Adam without following the main road. So one day I went to, there is this golf course, just as you are about to enter Ngong Road. There is the entry to the golf course. There used to be a Kapanya route there, so that you would come up behind Uchumi Supermarket, today's Uchumi Supermarket. So I estimated that if I would use that Kapanya route, I would reach there. I met two girls from the same school, and I wanted to know whether that Panya route would take me to some place near Adams. I don't know whether the Swahili I was talking was heavily accented or something, but they laughed, and they just laughed at me. It is then that I slapped them, and then they went. Later on, somebody who knew that I'm from Adams introduced me to Ian. He introduced me to Ian and said Ian knows all the Panya routes. So Ian, on the first day we became friends, he told me that we would use such a road. And when we reached at that place, he asked me whether I've ever slapped any two girls there. And you know, Ian was 2 classes ahead of me, and he was bigger than me. So before I answered him, the 2 girls appeared. Well, those are the occasions when you would want the earth to open up. But I think he saw the way I reacted, and he let the same story go away. We became friends, and I'm sure if we were to meet today, we'd be very great friends. That was the first case of bullying, of which I was the bully. There was another road, there was another way to Adams. This one involved going through Kibera. Then you go right into Kibera, and then come out at the DC's place. Then Nairobi Girls School, then Adams. During our days, the school used to be called Nairobi Girls School, but nowadays it is called Moi Nairobi Girls. When Moi came in, he added his name there. So we used to dress properly. Son of a senior police officer, I used to dress well. And we had kids in Kibera. Kibera was a slum then, although not as worse as it is today. But those kids who are dirty and whatever, if they would find you, they would beat you, tear your bag, tear your books, and after beating you, you go home. Your parents beat you because you have a torn bag. Your parents beat you because you have torn uniform, and so on. And then when you go back to school, the teachers beat you for the second time. Now what I used to do was that I would hide somewhere in Kibera, in the general area of Line Saba. I would hide there, then wait for adults to pass, and then 2 adults. So I would wait until 2 adults were passing, and I would stand between them. When I would walk between them, while walking, you see these adults are talking to each other. So this one is talking, I look at him, then this other one also answers, I look at him, and then we pass those kids. Different days I used to pass with different people until it reached a time when I was in a hurry to go home, but no adult would be there. But one time kids wanted to harass me, and another one told them, hey, you don't know this one. This one knows a lot of people. Different days he passes with different people. If you touch him, all those adults will come for you. So that is the second type of bullying. During my secondary days, or O level, ordinary level, I was in a day school. Day schools, cases of monalization are almost nil. The next harassing bullying I saw in life was when I joined Bungoma Boys for my advanced level. When I was in Form 5, I don't think there was even a single person in Form 6 who harassed us. I don't think there was even a single one. But we were being harassed by Form 4s because of various reasons. One, in that particular school, because in my O-level school, if your parents accepted, my father never accepted, but if your parents accepted, they would buy you long trousers. But in Bungoma, my advanced level school, advanced level A-level students used to put on long trousers, and O-level students used to put on short trousers. They used to put on sweaters, and we used to put on blazers. And some of them, obviously, at their level, you know, going to Form 5, it's just like now in a secondary school. There are those people you just know that this one can never make it to the university. So some of them were even older than us, and they used to be annoyed by us. So they really gave us a hard time, and we could not complain anywhere. We persevered until that year ended. And you know, those years, Form 5 was the shortest year, because you sat your exam in November, results came in around February, selection came around March, and you see by March that means April is already through. So we used to join Form 5 in May. So instead of 3 terms, Form 5 used to be 2 terms. So when we went to Form 6, some people in our class started inciting Form 4s to harass the Form 5s. This thing brought a lot of tension. It brought a lot of tension that we were called into a meeting where Form 4s were called, Form 5s were called, and we Form 6s were called. Such meetings are good because when nobody's accusing you, you see your class is being accused, and nobody's accusing you, says, hey, they were told, can you mention a few people whom you have not associated with the bullying or anything, whatever? And I was among the first people to be mentioned. So you see, you enjoy the whole scenario. But those who are implicated, I'll not name them, when they were told to defend themselves, they said, you see, when we came here in Form 5, we were harassed by the then Form 4. Now we were wondering why the current Form 4 is not harassing the Form 5. That one ended that way. The next bullying was now when I was a recruit in Kiganjo, Kenya Police College, Kiganjo. When we went there, we did not find old recruits. We were the only recruits there, and we completed the course 272. But the team that came after us, there were over 1,000 recruits, and they used to put on a different uniform than ours. They used to put on a different uniform. I can't talk about it here because it's a long story. I'm not talking of it because it's a long story. So whenever you walk, you just know that these are the new recruits and these are the old recruits. So I used to harass them. And then one day I would say, Kurutu! I make a lot of noise, and when the recruit turns and finds it's a senior recruit, he would be embarrassed or something like that. So one time, I was harassing one recruit. Say, Kurutu, kuja hapa. He looked at me, then looked left, right, front and back, and he saw other 4 junior recruits, and I was the only one. Then they surrounded me and said, are you also not a recruit? You see, it was a situation where in the next few seconds, I would be physically beaten. I was trying to look for a place where I would pass. I knew I would be beaten, but you see, you look for a place where the beating is minimum. Let's say you look at the weakest person, you pass through there, then you are beaten, let's say 10 times. But if you go through the strongest, maybe you'll be beaten 30 or 40 times. Just as I was looking for the weak link to run away, a drill instructor, a marching mwalimu, a teacher who teaches people how to march, called Kopromicheka. Kopromicheka rose to become a superintendent of police. Kopromicheka suddenly appeared. He had noticed what was happening. So he challenged the recruits and said that you people, don't you know that this one is a senior person to you? Now, if you don't respect a senior recruit, it means that when you complete your course and go to the station, you will not respect your NCOs. They were trembling. And he turned to me, said, Kurutu, I said, sir, fanyisha our extra drill. And started, Kurutu pekenyu attention, quick, march, left, right, blah. Since that day, up to the day I completed my course, all the new recruits used to fear me. I would go somewhere, meet them, they would give me way, and the story had gone that, hey, this recruit is known by Walim. If you mess around with him, you'll go into problems. Bullying is a long story, but let us cover that for today.